All right. Welcome back, all you sorcerers out there, to another DSA Disney Sorcerers Arena. My name is Itachi, and this is Itachi Gaming. And today, guys, I've got a top 7 PvP team video just for you. Now, this originally started off as a top 5, and then we got some other teams in. Tech and Stitch came to the game, and so I had to kind of revise this video, so we're all ready to go into it right now. So let's get over and start this off. So starting with number 7, we've got Downtown Villains, and this team, the main team, is going to comprise of Zerg, Emperor Zerg, Big Bad Wolf, Pete Jangles, and Dr. Facilier. And guys, this team right here is a great entry level team, to be honest with you. So this team is going to be great early game against your heroes, good for tower. It's going to get you two top tier characters, and that's going to be Emperor Zerg and Dr. Facilier. One of those is a paywall, which puts him at number 7 for me with Emperor Zerg. And it loses PvP viability pretty quick once you get farther up in Sorcerer's Tournament. Now, for Sorcerer's Tournament, this team did get me up to our top 10 for Sorcerer's Tournament, to be honest with you, which is absolutely fantastic. But then I had to come up with something a little bit more stronger. So for this team, we've got a couple enhancements here. I wouldn't really say enhancements, but other characters you can use in this team, and that's going to be Syndrome, Randall, and Demona, and these guys you can put in there for this team as well. Obviously, Downtown Villains are going to be needed to actually unlock Emperor Zerg. So this is a team that you're going to want to go ahead and farm early, my friends. It's definitely needed for the game in order to unlock that Emperor Zerg. So that is number 7. Moving on to number 6. These guys are new, and it's TSV, Toy Story Villains, guys. Now, I don't really have any plug and play options here for Toy Story Villains. There are quite a few that are out there, but this is going to consist of Lotso, Big Baby, Emperor Zerg, and our man Chuck, as well as Dr. Facilier. Now, that Dr. Facilier portion there can be changed out with some other characters from either Downtown Villains. Would be a good place to go from there. So if you needed to change that out, going into your Downtown Villains, maybe putting in a Big Bad Wolf would be a good option, actually, and things like that. But these guys have been making a little bit of a splash here recently. Now, again, Lotso is going to have to be another kind of paywall character like Zerg. And you're going to really need to take these guys up to 7 stars, a minimum of gear tier 6. You're really going to want gear tier 7 to really get the full effect out of them. Now, it seems like this team is able to do some interesting things up against some top tier teams like Frozen, with being able to remove taunts, and get, well, not really remove taunts, but getting around taunts with Lotso himself. Now, issue with this team is it is a very slow team, so you have to survive the initial onslaught from some of those top tier teams like Frozen in order to get the most out of this team. Now, moving on to number 5 is Tech, and these guys are brand new to the game. We've got Hero. Now, some of these guys are a little bit older, but Hero and Gizmo Duck are your 2 new additions to this actual faction and to the game itself. And then we got the reworks this past week with Duck, Cora here, and Calhoun, along with some other characters. But the main 3 here, and you're going to see this with every team, the main 3 are going to be with Hero, Gizmo Duck, and Darkwing Duck. Those kits are going to work together. This team has got a lot of evasion on the field. Cora is going to be your main damage dealer. Gizmo Duck is going to be your primary tank. really for this team. And really, Hero is going to be that engine with his charges, being able to put up shields and things like that, which is also going to play in the Gizmo Ducks kit. And this team seems like it's doing well. Hero is becoming a very big plug and play character in the game, so make sure you guys are working on your Hero. I know he's not completely free to play at the moment. I have mine at 7 stars. I went ahead and did a little bit of dolphin welling, chubby dolphin on him, just to make sure we got him to 7 stars. And man, his plug and play viability has been absolutely fantastic. Now let's talk about a couple other characters you can put in with this team. So you do have Scrooge McDuck. Doesn't have the tech tag, but he does actually interact very well with Gizmo Duck, so putting him in there, maybe taking out Calhoun, would actually help out a little bit there. Syndrome got the tech tag as well, along with Demona. I'm personally liking the main team right now. I don't have Scrooge McDuck unlocked at the moment, and so we're still working on this team for testing and things like that. At the moment right now, as we speak, I'm doing as many refreshes as I can on the Gizmo Duck event, so I can actually get Gizmo unlocked at 7 stars. I do have them unlocked currently at the moment. Now this team is going to really get mixed up at this time, which you're seeing out there in metas and things like that, with our next team. And our next team is going to be Stitch Oceanic. They are riding the waves, my friends. Oceanic is finally starting to get their place here in the game. And so here you're going to see we've got Stitch, we've got Bubbles, Jack Sparrow, Ariel, and our good friend here that is actually being underutilized at the moment is Captain Gantu. Now Stitch is going to be pretty big right now with countering all of that charge meta right now that you get with dash, that you're going to get from Hero, that you're going to get from characters like the Manticore and things like that. He is going to be counterattacking every time they get stacks of charge, and so that happens quite a bit with those characters. And so Stitch is kind of a counter there when it comes to that. Captain Gantu, by the way, with his special B or special number 2, Galactic Armada, can really keep a team down. Being able to put slow across the battlefield is really big. Reducing turn meter, speed meter on the field while you're doing PvP is such a big thing. Now I've got Captain Jack Sparrow here, and right now Ariel is our only leader when it comes to Oceanic at the moment, and she is an okay leader for this team. However, if we go over here to our enhancements here, Maui, who's not in the game yet, seems like he's going to be the missing link for Oceanic. Him being a premium tank for Oceanic is going to be huge for this faction, you guys. And right now we don't have him. We don't have a way to unlock him. He's in game, we can see him, we can look at his kit, and his leadership ability, actually, Oceanic teammates have 10% chance for a teammate to assist when they use a basic attack. Oceanic teammates deal 10% bonus damage while affected by shield, and this is going to be pretty big, to be honest with you, just because of the already multi-assisting that you're going to get from Cobra Bubbles. Once you get start getting his buffs up around the field, with all of that what is it, tactics, putting up tactics all around the field is going to be huge. And then Captain Gantu is going to help out with putting more tactics on the field. And so those two in combination with Maui, once we're able to actually get that assisting feature, is going to be huge. It also seems like you can do some things with my man Davy Jones. Seems like he's kind of got a little bit of a place now in the game with this Oceanic crew, but they definitely are going to need Maui as a tank to actually really help Captain Gantu survive for much longer. Now obviously Jack Sparrow has got his charm, which is a fantastic ability and debuff, or harmful effect as we call it in the game. I love his charm. Being able to charm 2 characters really helps turn the tide against a lot of meta characters like Frozen or Incredibles and Kingdom. So those guys are going to be fantastic. Again, why are they currently at where they're at number 4 is because we don't have Maui and we don't have a good leader for this team yet, and so you're seeing a little bit of mixed match right now with tech. So where Ariel and Captain Jack Sparrow you're typically seeing right now Hero and Gizmo Duck to really get that taunt to help Captain Gantu survive much longer. All right, let's go to number 3, ladies and gentlemen, and there they are themselves, the Incredibles. And as you guys know, my man's Dash does some crazy things. If you notice, I've got some little different avatars on these things, and that is because I'd started doing these graphics one way and found a better way to do them. But anyways, this team is pretty decent, to say the least. Dash being the big thing here and getting that crit chance from Elastigirl from his mom is really helping this team out a lot. The more he can crit, the more stacks of charge he can get, allowing him to do his big dash across the field. He's also being plugged into some of the top teams right now as well. Dash is one of the best characters in the game. He was the best character when I first started this. Now we've got Hero, by far the best plug and play character in the game at the moment is going to be Hero from the tech team. But outside of that, Jack is pretty decent, but most of the other characters are a little bit lackluster for my liking, but they still do some great things over in Club Conquest as far as the team is concerned. Now, some of the enhancements for this are going to be our man Zerg. We've seen him be plugged and played in a lot of different places just because of the amount of damage he can put out by himself. And then you also have good old Frozone there, who can be put in to the Incredibles team as well. Let's head on over to number 2 is Kingdom. Here's our main team. We have got essentially Sean Yu with the Aladdin team, Jafar, Aladdin, Jasmine, and Genie. And Jasmine being the tank there, and with their current touch-ups, the Aladdin team has been absolutely fantastic. Being able to do charm, 2-turn charm with Jafar is great. And the amount of debuffs he's able to get out across the field. And then setting up Jasmine with her, what is the tiger's name? I can't think right now. Raja. Putting Raja up next to Genie allows Genie to start getting the clones of himself up pretty quickly, and then if you're using Pan Shadow, you can get even more clones. And Genie has really become a big damage dealer for this team, along with Aladdin as well in Sean Yu. But this team is fast. They are 100% free to play, which is fantastic. And because of their speed and the free to play viability here, makes them the number 2 team right now for PvP. I think we're going to see some of that meta starting to change with tech, with Oceanic, but we're not quite there yet, which is why they're a little farther down on the totem pole. Now to enhance these guys, you've got Sorcerer's Mickey, Mulan, you got my man's Robin Hood, and even Anna from Frozen. All these characters being free to play, you can farm all of them right in the game right now and really enhance that Kingdom team. Robin Hood being able to give guaranteed crits. You have Anna with her speed up and stuff like that, and her AoE, which is really nice, plus the assisting. Mickey has a mass slow that he can do, which is fantastic. and I haven't quite gotten down Mulan. I need her to be a higher star count right now at the moment, but once we get there, higher star count and gear tier, I'm gonna be able to really test Mulan in this kingdom team. Now obviously there are some other characters that haven't hit the game yet in kingdom, like Maleficent, and I really think Maleficent might bring this team together in a whole new light. Can't wait for that to actually come out. Moving on to our number 1 team, and I think you guys know what it is by now. It is Frozen. And Frozen, we got Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Sven, and my man's Olaf. And I think Olaf is underused right now. Not a lot of people have him up to gear tier 6 or gear tier 7, or have even worked on his abilities. And I think this might be a mistake. He can actually be extremely helpful once completely geared up, and once he actually have all of his abilities maxed out. He has a charm on one of his abilities, which are very charm is always very helpful when you're going up against different teams. He has a slow on his basic. Essentially, he's going to reduce or remove, I should say, turn meter on his basic, which is also fantastic. And then he got Living the Dream, which is his special number 1, and this he's going to be able to, for each harmful effect on target teammate, grant an additional continuous healing effect for up to one maximum of 1. So he's really going to be about health. If Anna or Elsa are teammates, grant harmful effect immunity for 2 turns, and he grants tactics, which is really nice. Plus he's a mythical character, and mythical characters aren't farmed as much, and so this guy is going to be absolutely fantastic for you guys. And then his passive water has memory, his chance to be able to revive if Elsa is a teammate goes up to 50%, as opposed to a 5% chance. That's a big jump. And then you add additional 5% chance to revive, so 55% to chance to revive and a 5% chance to activate. So really, you know, Olaf can be a really great member of the Frozen team. Plus it's going to ensure that your Kristoff gets out there quick at the beginning of the game, start of the encounter, to get that taunt up early, which is really big. And if you throw Olaf right behind Kristoff, all those adjacent attacks that Kristoff is going to actually end up absorbing is going to be great. Now, a big thing with everyone with Olaf is he's too slow. So if you put Anna in the middle spot actually for that team, you put Olaf in the back, and you put Elsa in the back as well. Therefore, Anna's speed up is going to work on both of those 2 characters. You put Sven on one side and then Kristoff on the other, with Olaf right behind Kristoff. And so then you really get to protect your main damage dealer, which is going to be Elsa in here, and our man's Sven on this team. So going back to this, let's take a look at the enhancements for this. As you guys know, it's going to be Dash and Zerg. Now, when I made this slide, Hero was not out yet, and so actually Hero I'm seeing more and more often in this team, taking out Olaf and things like that. So Hero has become big. Putting up those shields are a huge thing, so being able to do that is absolutely fantastic. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you think of our top 7 PvP teams in the game right now. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Would you move some things around? Just let us know down below. And just to recap real quick so you guys can see, number 7 was Downtown Villains, number 6 was Toy Story Villains, number 5 was our tech team, and number 4, Riding the Waves, is Stitch and Oceanic. Number 3 are The Incredibles. Number 2 was Kingdom, and number 1, our current meta, is Frozen. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure you subscribe down below if you're not subscribed already. Don't forget to comment and make sure you give us a thumbs up to let us know how you like this video. All right, guys, until next time, deuces.